This is the story of the hot beer. There's this one friend I have that loves playing practical jokes on everybody. And we just love to get an opportunity to play a practical joke back to him. Well, this guy used to invite me over to his house every year on Thanksgiving Day. And his birthday was in the month of October. So he always used to say, well, don't get me a birthday present on my birthday. Just get it later on in the month, and then on Thanksgiving Day, which is in the end of November, we'll just have Thanksgiving dinner at my house, and you bring me the present then. So everybody would do that for him. So one year we all meet over at his house for Thanksgiving, and the ladies are all in the living room. They're watching football, and the men are all on the porch, and we're watching football and just having good conversation. Well, our friend used to enjoy drinking his beer, and we knew at some point during Thanksgiving Day that his brother-in-law, his sister's husband, would call him from Massachusetts on the phone. And he would be on the telephone for roughly about a half an hour. So we waited for that phone call to come, and then finally it came. Now, as soon as he went and took the phone call, there's this one girl that worked for him that had given him a present for his birthday. She gave him a coffee mug, and she gave him a little thing that went along with the coffee mug, which you stuck one end into the cigarette lighter in your car, and you put these two little prongs into the coffee, and what it did is it kept your coffee hot while you were driving. Well, she said, we ought to think of a way to rig this up just to play a practical joke on him. Well, I just happened to have this thing in my car that converted over a cigarette lighter adapter over to 110 volts. So while he was on the phone, I go out to the car and I get it, bring it in. And she went in, she got the coffee mug and the little thing, she got them. And we took the little thing with the prongs on it out, and we hooked the other end up to 110 volts, plugged it into the wall, stuck it in his beer. Now, remember, this thing's going to make his beer hot, but not the cup. We had his wife watch to let us know approximately when the phone call ended. So we were able to get his beer nice and hot, take the prongs out, put it back in the package. And I had time to run out to my car and put the little adapter I had back in my car. So his phone call ends. He comes back down into the porch, picks up his beer and starts to drink it. And then all of a sudden you hear him going, "Hey, who made my beer hot?" Well, I was the one that knew him the longest. I was the guilty party. And we just all busted up laughing when he goes and says that. Well, me being the guilty party, what happened was, have you ever laughed so hard that your entire body went limp? Well, that's what happened to me. I'm like, I'm out like this. My whole body goes limp, and there's these two plate glass windows directly behind me. I fell through the windows, glass shattering, going everywhere. I fall through the windows and I fall onto a hedge. The hedge that he had below the windows broke my fall. So my fall was only about the height of this chair onto the floor. That's how far it was dropping down onto the hedges. So I did not get hurt. And amazingly, didn't get cut by any of the glass either. But, everybody in his house heard the glass break. They're like, "You okay? You okay?" And here, as it turns out, we were trying to play a practical joke on him, and I ended up playing the practical joke on myself. Those windows cost me $160 to replace. But my friend's beer was hot, and everybody was still laughing about that. I mean, just the way he said it, like, "Hey, who made my beer hot?" We thought we had him, but we didn't. And it was just one of those things that just stuck with me for a long, long time. And I imagine to this day he's still playing practical jokes on people. And there'll be other videos where I can tell you about more of his practical jokes. But I just had to tell you about this from the tail of the hot beer. $160, $80 a window. I broke two of them. And the windows are about the width of that door behind me. Probably, yeah, almost the height of the door, too. They're pretty big windows. And this is back in the early 1990s when this happened. But I still remember it to this day. Thank you for listening, and have a nice day. Bye.